Today, we're really getting into something fundamental, building an email list. It's all about that direct connection, controlling the info flow.
Exactly. A way to be, well, properly informed because you manage it.
Right, and our listeners, they want the key strategies, the quick but thorough understanding to get those first, say, 3,000 subscribers. Our source is How to Successfully Attract Your First 3,000 Email Subscribers, the Savvy Way.
Think of this as like the highlight reel, the shortcut to the core ideas.
Yeah, unpacking the essentials, the concepts, and the practical steps.
Okay, let's kick things off. So the foundation. Why even bother with an email list in the first place?
Well, it's fascinating because it gives you something pretty unique today. A direct line to your audience, one that you actually own.
Right, independent of like social media whims and algorithm changes.
Totally. That ownership means you control the message, you control the relationship, it's autonomy.
Which feels increasingly important. The source really hammers home that it's not just about collecting names. It's building a stable base. A foundation, yeah. For marketing, sure, but also for long-term engagement, maybe even building a community around what you do. It's a real strategic asset.
And the advantages compared to other channels, the source seems pretty clear on this.
Oh, definitely. The control aspect is huge, like we said. Social platforms change the rules constantly. Your list, it's yours.
Exactly.
And you tend to see much higher response rates with email, right? Because you can target your messages so precisely. Segmentation is key there.
Yeah, makes sense. Unlike social media feeds where maybe 5% see your post, email goes straight to the inbox. Hopefully.
Right, hopefully not spam. Plus, you get that detailed tracking, opens, clicks, you see what's landing. The source calls each email a personal statement of value and professionalism. What's your take on that?
I think it means when someone gives you their email, that's a sign of trust, real interest. So each email needs to deliver on that. Consistently provide value, show your expertise, reinforce why they signed up. It's about professionalism, building that solid connection.
Absolutely. Which leads nicely into understanding why people subscribe. The source points out it's not always for the same reason.
Right. Some want product news, others want exclusive insights, maybe some just want to feel connected.
And figuring out that intent is transactional, informational, more relationship-focused. Why is that so critical?
Because if you know why they joined, you can give them what they expect. Someone after product updates probably doesn't want long philosophical essays every week.
Right. You tailor the communication.
Yeah.
Aligning with that initial intent is, well, it's fundamental for keeping people engaged long term. You build an audience that actually cares.
Okay, so that's the conceptual grounding. Purpose, advantages, intent. Now, the practical side. Preparation and setup. Where do we start? The platform seems like step one.
It really is. And it's more than just a sending tool, It needs to automate things, save you time. Critically, it needs to scale with you as you grow.
From 0 to 3,000 and beyond.
Exactly. And the source highlights deliverability, actually getting into the inbox, not the spam folder. That's crucial. Plus, integrations with other tools you use.
They mention features, too, like intuitive dashboards.
Yeah.
Sounds like you need to see what's going on easily.
Yeah.
Segmentation tools, which we keep mentioning.
Super important.
And comprehensive analytics. So a good overview and the deep dive data.
Precisely. And real-time reporting lets you tweak campaigns quickly if something's not working. You need that agility.
So the platform is kind of the command center. Flexible segmentation, automation, security for subscriber data.
Yeah.
That's key too, right? Protecting their info.
Absolutely non-negotiable. It's about trust and, well, legality.
Okay, platform chosen.
Yeah.
Next up, the value proposition. This sounds like the core promise.
It is. It's that straightforward answer to what's in it for me. What tangible benefit does someone get for giving you their email address?
Needs to be super clear, right? Build trust immediately.
Yeah.
What unique thing are you offering?
Not just sign up for updates, but why should they? Is it exclusive tips? Early access? A discount? Specific insights they can't get elsewhere?
So ditch the vague stuff. Be explicit about the practical, maybe even the aspirational benefits.
Exactly. Then there's the sign-up process itself. The source says, make it easy. Remove friction.
Makes total sense. The easier it is, the more people will actually do it. Simple forms, minimal fields needed.
And visibility. Put that sign-up form in multiple places on your site, not hidden away.
Good point. And they talk about strategic placement, like where on the page, using clear button text, get my free guide, not just submit, maybe even those timed pop-ups.
Yeah, used carefully, they can work well. Exit intent pop-ups, for example. The key is clear instructions, simple design, maybe matching your brand feel. Frictionless.
All right, last piece is setup. Legal compliance,
Yeah.
GDPR, CAN spam, the not-so-fun stuff.
Maybe not fun, but absolutely essential. You need strict adherence to the rules in your region and where your subscribers are. It's about operating legitimately.
So, clear opt-ins, making sure people know they're signing up. Documented procedures for handling data. Privacy policies up to date.
It's all about transparency and respecting privacy. It
Yeah.
builds trust, sure, but it also just simplifies your operations and keeps you out of trouble. Protects everyone.
Okay, setup done. Platform, value prop, sign-up process, legal checks. Now, the exciting bit, the offer, the lead magnet. What makes one valuable?
A valuable lead magnet gives immediate value in exchange for that email. It solves a specific problem or answers a key question for your audience right away.
Like a quick win for them.
Exactly. Downloadable guides, checklists, exclusive articles, maybe a short video tutorial. The source emphasizes something concise but practical, actionable.
That aha moment. And tailoring it, right? Different segments might want different things.
For sure. And it's not just the content, but the structure of the incentive. Does it offer a measurable gain?
Like a discount. Or early access, timed offers, maybe. Something concrete.
Yeah, something tangible and immediate. Structured for, as the source puts it, fast-track engagement. Make the benefits super clear. Reduce hesitation.
And testing. Testing different rewards to see what actually clicks with your audience.
Which naturally leads to testing different formats for the lead magnet itself. Is it a checklist, a detailed guide, a video?
You might assume one thing, but testing shows another.
Absolutely. Run those A/B tests. Compare downloads, compare engagement after the download, get data-backed insights on what format people prefer.
Makes sense. Keep good records of what works. And finally, for the offer, communicating it clearly.
Crucial. Best offer in the world is useless if people don't understand it or how to get it.
So, straightforward language, direct calls to action, maybe visual cues, bold text, colors.
Yeah, anything to make the value pop and the action clear, reduce that cognitive load, make it a no-brainer.
Okay, compelling offer created. Now, how do we get eyes on it? Traffic sources. Let's start with organic. What does that cover?
Organic is basically the unpaid ways people find you. Think SEO, optimizing your site and content so people searching find you.
Content-rich pages, good blog posts that naturally lead to a sign-up.
Exactly. High-quality, evergreen content that educates, solves problems, and has those sign-up forms embedded seamlessly. Tutorials, reviews, guides.
The advantage being it builds credibility over time without, breaking the bank on ads.
Right. It's a long game, but sustainable. But sometimes you need faster results. Enter paid strategies.
Social media ads, search engine ads, targeting specific people.
Yep. You can get really specific with who sees your offer. The source mentions using dedicated landing pages for these ads, keeping the message focused.
And retargeting people who visited your site before.
Very powerful. They've already shown interest. Paid ads give you that immediate reach, and you can track performance closely. Visual ads can convey benefits quickly, too.
Then there are partnerships, collaborating with others.
Yeah, a really smart way to tap into existing audiences. Guest posting on relevant blogs, doing podcast interviews, joint webinars.
Basically, getting in front of people who already trust the source you're partnering with a clear call to action to join your list, of course.
Exactly. Leverage their credibility and reach. Access niche groups.
And the last traffic source mentioned is social proof. How does that work?
It's showing potential subscribers that others are already finding value. Displaying your subscriber count if it's growing fast, using real testimonials.
Case studies, maybe? Or endorsements from known figures in the field?
All of that. Anything that builds confidence by showing that joining your list is a good decision others are making. Put it right near the call to action.
Okay, traffic is coming. Now, optimizing the actual sign-up points, where people click subscribe.
Strategic placement is key here. Make it visible, but not annoying.
Like those exit intent pop-ups, or forms embedded right in the middle of an article.
Yeah, or maybe a sticky bar at the top or bottom. High traffic pages are obvious spots. You want it easily found without disrupting their reading experience.
And the words matter. Right, the copywriting.
Hugely. Direct language. Clear benefits, no fluff. Strong, crisp calls to action. Download now, get access, tell them what to do.
Simple, action-oriented. Use bullets, maybe, to list benefits quickly. Keep the tone clear and focused.
Definitely. And again, test. A/B, test everything about the sign-up point. Form layout, button text, colors, placement.
See what gets the best conversion rate.
It's that iterative process again. Test, analyze, improve, repeat. Continuous optimization based on real data.
And one more thing on optimization. Mobile-first design. Critical these days.
Absolutely vital. So many people browse on phones. Forms have to look good and work perfectly on small screens.
Simplified forms, fewer fields, fast loading.
Yes, reduce friction for mobile users. Test across different devices. Can't emphasize that enough.
All right, they've subscribed. Success. What's next? The onboarding sequence. Those first few emails.
Super important. That first welcome email needs to be clear. Set expectations. What will they get? How often?
Reinforce the benefits again. Make it feel personal.
Exactly. A warm welcome, maybe outline the value coming their way, and don't bombard them immediately. A measured cadence builds trust.
Keep those early emails concise but valuable. Guide them, get them familiar.
Yeah. Then, as the sequence goes on, establish that consistent communication rhythm. Use clear templates, maybe, for a professional feel.
Deliver on the promises made at sign-up. Build that predictability.
Right. And then you can start to gradually escalate engagement. After the initial welcome and value delivery, maybe introduce lower commitment ways for them to interact more.
Like asking a simple question, pointing them to a key piece of content.
Exactly. A logical step-by-step progression from information to interaction. Clear instructions are key at each step.
And, surprise, surprise, analyze and adapt this sequence too.
Always. Monitor open rates, click-throughs, see what's working in your onboarding. Test subject lines, timing, phrasing.
Use the data to constantly refine it, make it more effective at turning new subscribers into engaged members.
Precisely. Set the stage for that long-term relationship.
Okay, so they're onboarded, they're part of the list. How do we keep them engaged and, well, subscribed? Retention strategies.
First off, list integrity or list hygiene. You got to clean your list regularly.
Meaning, remove inactive subscribers, people who never open emails.
Yeah, it keeps your engagement stats healthy, improves deliverability, and ensures you're talking to people who actually want to hear from you. Segmentation helps here too. Sending relevant stuff keeps people active.
Makes sense. Keep it lean and engaged, and maintain that consistent communication schedule we talked about.
Definitely. A predictable rhythm helps manage expectations. People know when to look out for your emails. It reinforces the value proposition consistently.
And how do we actively stimulate engagement beyond just sending content?
Ask for participation. Surveys, polls, ask them to hit reply and share their thoughts. Build that two-way street.
Make it interactive. Maybe even feature user content sometimes.
Great idea if it fits your niche. Anything that encourages interaction and makes them feel part of something.
And for the truly loyal ones, the long-term subscribers. Exclusive perks.
Absolutely. Reward longevity. Offer exclusive previews, special Q&As, early bird access, unique discounts. Show them you value their continued loyalty.
Make them feel special. Okay, great retention tips. Now we've hit 3,000. How do we scale beyond that?
Good question. One way is expanding your lead magnet variety. Create new offers targeting different segments or needs you haven't addressed yet.
Specialized checklists, maybe templates for a specific industry within your niche. Different format.
Exactly. Keep things fresh and appeal to a broader audience over time. Also, diversify your content approach in general.
Like trying webinars, live chats, video series.
Yeah, mix it up. Cater to different learning styles, adds dynamism, test these new formats, see how people respond. Live Q&As can be great for engagement.
And as the list grows, get smarter with segmentation.
Definitely. Go beyond basic segmentation. Use behavioral data. What emails do they open? What links do they click? Purchase history, location. Get really granular.
So you can send super targeted messages to smaller groups.
Which leads to much higher relevance and engagement. You can run multiple tailored campaigns in parallel.
And finally, reinvest in what works.
Right.
Especially paid channels if they're delivering.
Exactly. If certain ad campaigns are bringing in great subscribers, allocate more budget there. Use your improved segmentation data to refine the targeting on those paid campaigns too.
Data-driven reinvestment for sustainable growth. Makes sense.
It ensures you're putting resources where they have the most impact.
Okay, none of this works without measuring performance. KPIs, key performance indicators. What should we be tracking?
The basics are crucial. Open rates, click-through rates, CTR, and unsubscribe rates. They give you a clear picture of engagement and list health.
These numbers tell the story.
They do. They're the foundation for any strategy adjustments. You need those measurable indicators.
And we use the tools in our email platform for this, the analytics and reporting.
Yes, dig into those reports. Most platforms offer pretty detailed breakdowns. Understand the numbers, turn them into actionable insights.
Don't just look at the dashboard. Really understand what the data means.
Right. And use that data for more experimentation, iterative testing.
Back to A/B testing again. Subject lines, email copy, calls to action.
Everything. Make controlled changes, measure the results. Which subject line got more opens? Which call to action got more clicks? It's about evidence-based improvement.
Small tweaks can make a big difference over time.
Absolutely. Which leads to having a systematic refinement process. Regularly review your KPIs, review your test results, and make informed decisions about what to adjust.
A cycle of measure, analyze, test, refine.
Exactly. Document it. Make it a regular part of your workflow. That's how you achieve consistent improvement.
Right. Nearly there. Final steps to really lock in that growth, encouraging referrals.
Yeah. Leverage your happy subscribers. Set up a simple referral program with clear incentives. If they love your emails, they might share them.
Make it easy for them to share, reward them when they do. It taps into word of mouth.
And it often brings in highly engaged new subscribers. Next, foster that sense of community we touched on earlier.
Go beyond the inbox. Maybe a private group, exclusive events.
Could be private forums, moderated discussions, Q&A sessions. Make it a place for connection, not just consumption. Strengthens the bond.
And keep that feedback loop open.
Always. Make it easy for subscribers to give you feedback. Simple surveys, asking for replies, maybe dedicated feedback sessions.
Use that input to make things better. Content, frequency, tone.
Shows you're listening and helps you serve them better. It's invaluable.
And the very last point, consolidate everything. Pull all these pieces together.
Yeah, make sure your referrals, community efforts, feedback loops, content strategy, everything works together as one cohesive long-term plan.
Ensure each part supports the overall goal of sustainable list growth and engagement.
It transforms separate tactics into a robust, integrated system.
Okay, so wrapping up this deep dive on getting those first 3,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
The core themes seem to be owning that direct connection.
Understanding why people join and what they truly value.
Crafting irresistible offers, making sign-up easy.
And constantly measuring, testing, and refining every single step.
Based on data, based on feedback, it's a continuous process.
Absolutely. Which brings us to our final thought for you, listening in.
How will really understanding these foundations, the purpose, the platform, the offer, the optimization, how will that change your approach to building your own email list?
And maybe more importantly, what unique value can you commit to delivering consistently to those crucial first subscribers to really build that long-term trust and growth? Something to really think about.